Hello everyone, I'm Pablo, CEO and founder of SGP Car, and today, after all your questions, I'm here to clear up all your doubts. What is the SGP Car Mini? What does it include? What components does it have? What can you do with it? What is it made for? Who's it made for? So in today's video, I'm going to explain everything to you. The SGP Car is a mini electronic laboratory that allows anyone to do whatever they want. It's designed with open source code, which means that anyone at home using Arduino or various other platforms can program it to do whatever they like by taking advantage of the integrated sensors. It comes with an SP32S3, which is a device with a fairly powerful processor, and if you're familiar with Arduino, PLCs or other similar programming technologies, programming this will be super easy for you, given all the features it offers, of which there are quite a few. The first feature, and the one I personally like the most, is its LoRa antenna. It's the first device in the world to incorporate a LoRa antenna with these kinds of capabilities, especially for this type of function. What do we gain with the LoRa antenna? In this case, what the LoRa antenna allows us to do is to connect to the Meshtastic network, and if another device, whether it's a friend's device or any other, has the same card or a similar one with the same technology, simply by using LoRa technology, we'll be able to communicate from card to card or between LoRa devices without an internet connection. This is great for creating encrypted messages. We can all send messages, like on WhatsApp, in an encrypted way. Even more, we can connect devices at a distance of about 15 kilometers. From another device, you start sending commands and also receive incoming commands. And there are many more functions we can perform with LoRa technology. Look into it because it's amazing. Let's move on to IR technology. What does this mean? This sensor allows us, as we can see here, it allows us to control devices that use this same technology. Televisions, there are air conditioners, speakers, pretty much everything really. Basically, all those home devices can be controlled. And how are we going to do it? Through the mobile app, which will send commands. For example, if there's a Samsung TV, we select Samsung TV, choose a turn off, and we can turn off any Samsung TV. That's the great thing about it. Later on, we'll get into the app and all that, okay? Let's continue. We have RFID and NFC. This is honestly amazing. I'm going to show you what an RFID and NFC sensor looks like inside, okay? This is an RFID and NFC sensor, as you can see, right? It's something like this. A sensor of this kind is amazing because we can clone credit cards, clone gym wristbands or other technologies, open house doors. This is really important, okay? You have to keep in mind that this is obviously for personal use. So if at home we want to clone a certain card, we can clone it or detect or read or whatever. It's for completely personal use. Understand that, okay? It's very, very, very important. So what this technology allows us to do is clone NFC cards, RFID, animal chips. Let's explain it a little more in detail, okay? Now, the different types of technologies. I'm not going to explain absolutely everything point by point for one simple reason. The website has all of this explained in detail perfectly, okay? We'll continue later on, okay? We have an RF module. What does this mean, okay? An RF module is something like this, similar to this style. Basically, this is it, an RF module, okay? What it does, okay? We work on different frequencies, so we can clone garage remotes, even some cars, especially older ones, or other devices that use this same technology, like RC cars and so on. The advantage of this is that from 450 meters away, we can easily open a garage door. And since it has a solar panel, if we leave it by a door at 500, 400 or 300 meters, and then with a LoRa antenna and another device, we can open a door from more than 15 kilometers away. This is really cool because we can view spectrograms, do calculations, controls, open doors, close them, control them. I want another device to use as the main remote. Honestly, this opens up a whole range of functions for us that's just amazing, really. Well, let's continue with the device. Let's take advantage of the fact that we have a port OTG, which, as you've probably seen in many other videos, I'll put a lot of videos here for you as well, okay? And what this port allows us to do is control a computer, okay? What does this do? It pretends to be a keyboard, okay? And by pretending to be a keyboard, it can perform combinations, open CMD, suddenly create X folders and so on. This can do many, many, many things I don't want to forget, okay? Other very, very important features are Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, mainly Bluetooth. What is Bluetooth for? Perfect. First, I use it to detect devices around us that have Bluetooth. Even, for example, we can identify if someone has AirPods or headphones, and nearby devices can pick up that signal, okay? Not only that, but we can also communicate with the GP Card Mini through the phone via Bluetooth, and there are many more things we can do with Bluetooth. Besides seeing all nearby devices, some of them can be controlled and so on, with quite a few more functions, including even being able to program the GP Card Mini from the computer via Bluetooth and more. Now let's talk about Wi-Fi. Here, honestly, we're pretty powerful. With Wi-Fi, we can connect to an internet network, communicate through the phone, we can do absolutely everything. In fact, one of the main features of the device is control via Wi-Fi. The device creates a Wi-Fi network, okay? And with the phone, we'll be communicating without internet. But here we're taking Wi-Fi much further. We wanted to go much more advanced, and we've integrated a Wi-Fi CSI feature with many viral videos that have become ours, and this will allow us to, let's say, see things, okay? It lets us perfectly analyze the entire Wi-Fi network, okay? Being able to create a graphical spectrogram, okay, of all the variations in that Wi-Fi network, or those Wi-Fi networks that are in a house, a home, wherever. We can scan and know exactly what human movements are happening in those areas. We can even detect human breathing. This is crazy. All right, let's go a bit further. This device also obviously includes a buzzer. A buzzer is something like this, which allows us, when we're not handling it, to have a sound, to be able to hear it every time we use a function. So it beeps, vibrates, so it feels alive. So the buzzer is actually very important. In this case, you can even use it as an alarm. If someone uses it, you can even create sensor projects that, through the Wi-Fi network, detect a person's movement and start beeping, beep, beep, in a way that's almost hidden. Not only that, but we've also included a microphone, a super powerful microphone. This allows us to hear far beyond what the human ear is capable of detecting. For example, we can do localization. The buzzer sends out a signal, and when it returns, it automatically calculates and can tell us the distance or whether there are obstacles. There are many more functions. Since we have a powerful processor, a good microphone, and so on, we can even do voice control. We seamlessly connect the advanced SGP Car Mini system to the powerful ChatGPT. We then engage in a comprehensive conversation with it, and subsequently, we launch its full capabilities. In other words, in terms of its extensive functionalities, we truly have a significant, a substantial, a vast amount available. Perfect. Another of the most truly distinctive and remarkable features of this innovative device is its integrated solar panel. I don't know if you can clearly see it. Here I have a specific unit that's been carefully disassembled. I'm going to quickly and carefully take it apart further so I can fully show it to you in detail. If you look very closely, this is indeed the actual solar panel. It's a bit, well, actually quite incredibly thin, perhaps just a little bit thick, but this essential component is precisely what allows us, and honestly, it's absolutely amazing. In the end, even though this particular device has very low power consumption, what this remarkable solar panel lets us achieve is practically lifetime autonomy. Why is that the case? For example, if we leave the device in a garden, on a terrace, or somewhere it can get at least 2 to 3 hours of sunlight a day, we'll have battery power for life. We connect the device via Wi-Fi, and as long as it gets sunlight, don't worry, I haven't forgotten, we'll always be able to control it from anywhere in the world, okay? It's an extremely efficient battery. In other words, it's a super efficient solar panel that's also connected to a specific BMS for solar panels, which in turn is connected to the SP32 that controls everything, plus it has its own battery, which is also super efficient. So we're talking about a device you'll forget even needs charging, you know? No, seriously, I can guarantee right now that charging it will be one of the last things you'll ever have to worry about, okay? Anyway, it does have a USB-C port, so it's super easy to charge, and we'll get to that a bit later, okay? Although, well, many of you might want this accessory. We're also going to put it on our website, okay? In this case, it's really simple. It's like a sticker that you would stick on, as you can see here. Here's the button, okay? And it would stick on exactly, what is this for? Look, you would get a sticker, something like this. You just stick it on, okay? Here, you stick it on, and what does this do? Well, it's a magnet. But what is the magnet for? For iPhones, okay? So basically what it does is you take your iPhone and it sticks to it, okay? So, well, honestly, it's quite convenient because we can always have this device attached to our phone. Also, in terms of charging, it would be connected because it would basically charge with sunlight. So, well, the main goal of this device goes far beyond other types of devices out there. The main goal is to turn a mobile phone into a super powerful tool, okay? Because we don't have a screen or buttons or anything. Well, we do have a button, which is the on and off button, and it's programmable, so you can use it for whatever you want, all right? But anyway, what I'm trying to explain is that we don't have screens or hardly any buttons at all. And if someone sees this, they're going to say, what is this? It's impossible. If someone handed this to you, you wouldn't know what it is. Would you? It's impossible to know what this is. Why? Because what this does is, if you press here for several seconds, it will create a Wi-Fi network. We connect to it with our password 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and automatically a server will pop up on our phone. A server that will be running inside here so we can control all the functionalities. Why do it this way? It's very simple. If we turn this off, everything disappears. Nothing exists. And we won't even have any app inside that could prove what the device is. Well, this is simply for pure privacy. It's not for any other function, really, just pure privacy. And I have a device that I can take anywhere in the world without anyone asking me what device this is. Notice that nothing about it really stands out as strange. Not because of buttons, not because of the screen, absolutely nothing. This is a device designed to last practically your whole life, so you can always carry it with you and use it whenever you need it. Besides being able to run your experiments, it's very important for people to understand, okay, this device was created so that people can understand, so they can learn what it does. In the end, it's a portable mini laboratory. So thanks to this, you'll really be able to learn how this technology works, not just how we can invent or create or do different things that people find very interesting. There will be people who use it for one thing, people who use it for another, and in general we'll all use it for something, right? But the main reason SGP Car was created is so that people can learn. So you can learn to program without even knowing any code. After all, we have our free software. You just go to the app section on our website, and simply by entering your API key there, you can program this device. So that's the main goal of this device. Remember that. It's very important, okay? That you can learn, that you can teach, that you can discover new things. It's really a tool that looks like it could be carried by 007, by Batman, by a superhero. Why is that? Because it has technology that has never before been included in such a small device. Well, I don't want to go on too long, but many of you are still messaging my phone number that's on the website asking when the product will arrive. Don't worry, we're still improving the product. After all, what we have right now are, well, not small, but already very advanced prototypes. And if you want, I can send it to you as soon as tomorrow. But we want to go much further. We want you to receive something that's perfect. We're working out the final details, okay? So right now, just relax, relax. Remember that, okay? We're still in a crowdfunding stage, all right? What does this mean? It means that up until now, with the financial investment from you buyers who are investing by purchasing your product, that money is being used to create a much better product than the one you originally bought. So for example, many of you bought it with 5 features and you'll receive it with 10. Some of you might have bought it with 10 features and you'll get it with 15. Well, maybe not 15. It actually does thousands, but you get the idea. I just want you to understand this, okay? Relax. I'm Pablo. It's me. I want you to put a face to me, to know my voice. It's pretty important. And don't worry, little by little, everything will arrive and we'll keep you updated on social media. Once we close the crowdfunding stage, we'll start with the shipments. We always want to send you the best product possible so it arrives at your home without any issues and you know it's going to last you practically a lifetime, all right? So, well, all of this takes time, it requires dedication, and we want it to be as perfect as possible, okay? So mainly, thank you very much. This video will be translated, all right? So, well, for anything, any questions, you have my Instagram, you have my WhatsApp, which appears on camera. We're actually a much bigger team, helping out every day and building a project so that people can learn, so that people can create new technologies, and above all, as you already know, the main goal here is to have a good time. And well, everyone can do whatever they feel like. So thank you very much to everyone. It's been a pleasure meeting you, and see you soon.